Good evening, everybody. Dr. Blow here with Black Girl Everything, and I have the beautiful Nora Oz. Hello, darling. How are you?
It's so wonderful to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
No, I'm happy to see you again. I feel like we've seen each other multiple times in the last couple of months. It's been great.
It was so I got to go to the pop-up shop that you did, and I was surprised by how many people I knew there.
Yeah, you know what? The world is so small. To figure how we met at Momentum, to figure out like you are part of a circle that I'm already part of as well, which is really interesting.
Right? I'm like, I love it. I love when things just kind of like collaborate and coordinate like that. I'm like, and then one of the poets that was at the show, President Ella, she and I are now workout buddies.
Isn't that beautiful?
Right? We became each other's accountability partners.
That is like so dope. And see, that's what the Black Girl Everything movement is about, though. People meet people and then they connect and they build these relationships outside of
Yes.
it. I love hearing about these connections. That's like the whole purpose of the whole movement is for people to connect with people of like mind and try to grow however they want to grow. So you guys are working out together.
Exactly.
That's dope.
Yes. We did not work out this week because holidays, but we'll be back at it in January. It's gonna be
Sounds good to me.
amazing.
Definitely sounds good to me. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Um, so my name is Nora Oz. I am from Brooklyn, New York. I have been writing since I was about 13 years old. Um, but it was more like a therapy for me. It was to like get all my emotions out, and then it turned into a platform to like share my voice and kind of like give a space for other people to share their voices. So I wrote through college. I performed sometimes in the city at my college. Um, but it wasn't until I went back to open mic renegades, Sam, love them so much,
Mm-hmm.
that I really started like getting serious about my poetry. And that was about 5 years ago. And now here I am, spoken word artist, poetry professor with Poetix University.
Mm-hmm.
And I recently joined the leadership team at Durrell Initiative, which is a nonprofit organization that's
Okay.
all about bringing arts back into public schools so that you
Ooh.
have the access to arts no matter your zip code. And I got that position because I went to be a poetry professor in a
Uh-huh.
school, and they were like, the CEO, Tariq Durrell, he was like, no, I think you, ma'am, should do more. And here
Mm-hmm.
we are. Now I'm the program associate. So that's what
Ooh.
poetry has brought to me. I
Congratulations. That's
thank
amazing.
you. Thank you so much. Like, it is so exciting. It makes me so happy. And like, poetry brought that to me. And that is amazing to me because it started off as just like a way to express my thoughts and get them out of my head. And
Yeah.
now it's getting me jobs.
Ooh. Yo, but you're living through your art, right? We
Yes,
all want to live through our passion and through our art because we're all creative in some way, right? So to find an opportunity to be able to grow who you are as an individual professionally through your poetry is just like definitely an amazing experience. So
exactly.
where are the schools at that you're going to be working with?
They are in the Lower East Side right now, but
Okay.
we are trying to expand out so
Uh-huh.
that it covers all five boroughs. So it started in the Lower East Side because that's where Tariq is from. He was born in the Lower East Side, grew up in the Lower East Side, and he saw how much the arts were required there. So
Yeah.
that's where he started. But we're trying to like expand out to other spaces, other programs, other schools.
Mhm.
We're putting together a like hopefully putting together this tour so that we can get Durrell to these other boroughs so that we can intrigue other people to join to like have us in their spaces and bring this art to their students. I love
No,
it.
that's
It's a great
definitely dope.
time.
Oh no, I
It's a
love it.
lot
I
of
think
fun.
that's really, really cool. I'm very excited about it. Excited about where it's going to go because the arts are definitely missing. Our kids are missing that opportunity to be creative because their emotions, their feelings, and their well-being is definitely created and expressed through art. So
Yes.
with all the trauma and distress that our children, especially our children of color, are experiencing on a day-to-day basis, they need the art as an option of release. And they're not
They're
getting that
really
release right now.
and it's and the release and also just finding a new way to express themselves.
Yeah,
This
definitely.
like year in pandemic, I've really, because I work in schools as a speech therapist, and I've really
Mhm.
seen how my students don't know how to express themselves anymore. Like they had difficulty before, but
Yeah.
now it's like they can't find the words. They can't
Mhm.
find the description. And art is a way that you can do that without words if you don't
Yeah.
have them. It can be a dance. It can be just a melody. Like it can be a song without words. It can
Mhm.
be a an animation. It can be an actual painting. There's so many different art forms available to a person, and we get to like deliver that to these kids to be like, you don't have to just paint if you don't want to paint.
Yeah.
You can make a TikTok dance, and that's art.
Mhm.
And you can like put together some clay figurines. That's art,
That it is.
and it'll express everything that you're feeling inside.
No, I think that's really cool. Definitely really cool. Definitely
Love
really
it.
cool. So I know you was also working on another project. Are you talking about that project yet?
I have a book coming out.
Yeah.
It is still available for pre-order. I think this is the last week for it actually.
Okay.
With my publisher, Two Eye Publishing. Shout out to
Mhm.
Two Eyes. So this is my first book. I have been technically writing this book for like 6 years.
Wow.
Putting it together, changing it, loving it, hating it, or
Mm-hmm.
wanting to burn it, deciding not to.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are, and I'm publishing Butterfly Speak. It is it's kind of like an ode to my 20s, to like
Okay.
from like 18 to 28 pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the things that I felt at that time and what I went through, and the process of finding myself.
Nice.
That's what that whole book, and all of the many identities that I have held.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like scholar, poet, student, daughter, sister, granddaughter, and then kind of getting lost in those and then getting found again. Sorry, that's my fiance, y'all. He's
No,
making mad.
I was like, yo, now he's making noise. I just don't know what's going on.
He's making so much noise. I love him though. He's been hella supportive through my whole process.
No, does he
He
not
is
realize you're like live on Facebook and this is definitely going on YouTube? Like for the world to
like
see.
for the world to see, and he's just like cutting lemons. Oh my gosh! All right, y'all. I'm gonna
Hey, listen,
go.
we're just gonna let him rock out over there. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna go in the bedroom. I'm gonna go in the bedroom. It's okay. I love you. I love you. Go ahead. Cut the lemons, babe. Cut the lemons. Here we go.
Yo,
This is
Nicole,
real
so
life, y'all.
I'm working on my 100th video, right? My special that I'm going to be airing next week. And
Oh,
there's always these moments that I identify in my videos that come up, and like him with his arm in, and then him with his head in, and now him with cutting the lemons.
okay.
Definitely a no-brainer. You guys got to
Put them all in there. And did you catch how I tried to move my arm so it covered his head?
Yo, but then he went up with the shoulders at one time.
I tried so hard. So
Nah,
now
but
you got to
seriously,
tour my very, very tiny apartment because I went from the living room into my bedroom in 3 quick steps. So here we are.
Okay, no, it's perfectly fine, perfectly fine. But this is a real life, though, right? We're trying to
This is
get
real
this
life.
interview done and this exposure. Real in the real world, it is what it is, cut and dry. So let's get back to your book. So where can people actually find it?
They can go to Tony Inc. TONIIINC.com. You can also click the link in my bio if you follow me on Instagram at Nora Oz _queen.
Nice.
And it's like right there. It says Butterfly Speaks, available for pre-order. Get it while you can, because after the pre-orders are done, you have to just wait until January to order your copy. And you won't have a very, very special message from me if you order then. If you order now, you get like a special customized message.
Okay, so I guess I have to order now so I get my customized message.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I love my books with my customized messages. I
There
love
it
them.
is.
For real. Because you know what? So when people continue to be famous, because I never said when you are famous, but when you continue to be famous later and you get even more famous, I would like to have sit here and say that I own one of your first copies and it's personally
First
signed.
copy. First edition signed. Say it like
Yeah.
that.
People don't
Oh,
understand that. I have a whole collection of them. I'm collecting them all over the place. I have my first edition shelf behind me.
very nice.
You know, like I
First
tell people all the
edition
time, authors
signed.
are my favorite. I tell people every single time I
Man.
interview an author, you guys are my favorite. Everybody else, I love everybody else too, though I do, but authors. There's just something about y'all. The hard work that
We
goes
had it.
into creating a piece of work that somebody has to read. First of all, the grammar alone always kills me. So
Yeah. I like I'm gonna be real, my publisher came for my whole neck. He was like, what is this? What is this saying? And I was like, so what happened was
Mhm.
poetic license. And maybe yes, let's edit that.
Exactly. Because when you wrote it 5 times and read it 10 times more, it made sense to you.
To me.
Trust me.
Mm-mm.
I know. My editor chokes me out every time she goes to a draft. She's like, yeah, good job, but no. I'm like, all right.
Like
Back to the drawing board.
appreciated, right? Like efforts appreciated, but no. Redo this. Okay.
Every time. Every single time. Even I'm like, oh, this is a good one. No, not really. But
I
it is.
went through like 3 different people. I had a friend of mine read it. I
Okay.
had a fellow poet who was also a published author, Dara Kalima. She's like 6-time published author. So I was like, girl, read this for me. And they read it and gave me notes. I edited it, sent it to my publisher, still had notes. I was like, all right.
Yep.
But working with 2i Publishing has been great because Tony is not only a poet, so he understands like the vision and wanting to connect with the poetic licensure that might happen, but he's also a visual artist. So he also knows how to like see it to make sure the message gets clearly pointed out. So he reformatted my poems in there to make my message still hit without losing it and without people getting confused. And I really appreciated that. He was like, I think this is what you were trying to do. And so I made it in a format that allows that to happen. And I really appreciated it.
That's cool. I've actually seen, I know a couple of other poets that he works with. Yes, been paying close attention to him, by the way. Very close attention to see what he's out here doing, because he works with some great artists, some artists that I know that I've worked with in the past. So it's very exciting to see that he is picking up more artists to work with.
Yes, Tony is dope. Tony is the reason why Poetix U is intact. Tony is the reason why I now work for Durrell. Because without him seeing me as a poetry professor, I wouldn't have had the template and the lesson plans that I brought to my interview.
Wonderful.
That kind of like raised eyes, and then me. I will always thank me as well. Like Snoop Dogg. I want to thank me for believing in me.
Just one moment or two.
Just a little bit, but Poetix, you had a big part of that too.
No, that's great. So it seems like you've made so many gains. You made a lot of gains in the last 2 months, huh?
Well, Poetix U I was with before. I've been with them for like a few months now, but yeah, getting into really having the book like finalized and visualized is like, oh, this is happening. Oh, this is real. And like having to promo for it and really like think about how I want to present myself as an author and how I want people to take in this book. So that's something that is probably going to be much more prominent in the next month. Like when we come back from the holiday in January, it's going to be a very, like, I'll have a very different presence on my social media, I believe, in terms of showing myself off as an author. And like,
well, that makes sense because you got to transition with where you are.
Right. And it's a big one. It's one that I don't think I really prepped for it. Like, I don't think, you know, how you know something's coming, but you don't put it in your head as reality. Like, oh, this is happening
Oh yeah. Oh
right
yeah.
now. You have to get ready for this now. I didn't prep for that.
Okay, well, you better get running because you only have a few more
I
days.
okay. Okay.
You're like, after the holidays, you mean what, next week? Because that's where we're
Yeah,
at already. We're
that's where
already there.
we're
We're
at.
already in 2022, the year of enlightenment, as much as I keep telling everybody, because this has definitely
Oh,
been a
I
very
like that.
transitionary year in
Yes,
so many different ways, a lot of transition for everybody, right? Everybody say
everybody.
that too. They're like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's
You're
been a lot
like,
of
oh, this is not real. Like it's like, oh, I can't do the things I used to do. I
hmm
can't be who I used to be. Like this is not sustainable.
No, 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 no. The present you has to be more present in where you are in this real world.
Mm-hmm.
Like definitely, definitely, definitely. So what else you got going on? Is that really it? You got a book coming out, you got a
Yes,
gig that you really like, you're going to sit here and
love
change
it.
art in public schools.
Yes.
And what else? Just continue being great, sharing your work,
That's
instructing
it.
other people how to be poets. Like what else is there? You sound like a Black girl that's doing everything.
Like when you say it like that, I'm like, who's she describing? Who's
You.
that? um, but yeah, that's it because I honestly I don't think I can balance anything else because
You could if you had to.
I'm still working full time
Got
and
it.
I am an active member of my sorority, so I have to handle those duties and then promoting the book, reestablishing myself as an author, and then working with Darryl. That for me, that's a full. I'm good. I am the type of person that will load up my plate like a tower. Like
Uh-huh.
like you remember in Aladdin when Genie sang the song and he said like have some of Tower A, have all of Tower B.
Yep.
My plate is always Tower B. So I'm trying to not do that anymore
Hmm.
for everyone's sanity.
Oh,
Mine,
okay.
my fiance, my family.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, that's it. That's all I'm taking on.
Okay,
And
well,
I'm
listen, it
very
sounds like
excited.
a bunch of stuff. And I'm very excited. I'm very proud of you for what you are accomplishing. And I see even more greater things happening in the very near future for you. I see it
Thank you.
happening.
I take
Like
it.
me
I take all.
purchasing your book.
Ah,
Telling you, got my card right here. Listen, as soon as we're done with this call, first thing
there
I'm
it
gonna do
is.
is buy your book. So I get my
Get
very
out
special
bot.
message that everybody else is not gonna have because mine's be really individualized just for me.
Mm-hmm. Everyone
Very
else's
excited.
message gonna be like, I love you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it for you buying my book. But yours is gonna be like, Dr. Glow. Girl.
Yes. Woo! I love it already. I haven't read it yet. Very excited, very excited. So if people really want to follow you and stalk you and find out what's going on in your great life, again, where can they find you?
They can find me at Nora Oz underscore Queen. That is Oz, like the wizard, except I'm magic. And they can
Woo.
find me on Instagram. I have a page on Facebook, but I don't check Facebook like that. Follow me on Instagram, Nora Oz
Instagram, where's
underscore
that?
Queen. I also am on 2 different albums on Spotify. So I have a Spotify account, which is wild. Like if you look up
Interesting.
Nora Oz, I'd be on it. I'm like, oh. I did a
Yes.
project 3 years ago. I want to
Mhm.
say it was 3 years ago, with a producer from London, produced by AVP. Amazing, amazing artist. And he just chose a whole bunch of New York poets and artists. And we were on an album called Voices of New York. And you can stream that on Spotify. I think you can stream it on like all platforms.
That's interesting. I gotta stream that too.
Yeah, it's an amazing, like there are some amazing artists on there. Like I am so proud and humble to be on there with some of those artists. Amazing. And then I did a mixtape last year that is
Uh-huh.
also on there. That is called, let me look up the name of that. I'm bad with names, y'all. But both of those can be streamed on all streaming platforms. And if you look me up, Nora Oz, I will come up on them, which I found out from someone else who looked me up. They sent me a message and they were like, "Is this you?" And I was like, "That is me."
Oh, yes, by the way, it is.
Yes, it is. It is called the Quarantine Mixtape Volume 1. That's it.
Oh, wow, cool. I
Yeah,
guess I'll
and
check that one
I
out too. I guess I
check
just
it
go on
out,
Spotify and just put your name in, and then everything's gonna come up.
and those come up. Yeah, and I'm on the track Vulnerability. But listen to all of them. Another like great producer was put the different like tracks together. 100 Angels is like one of my favorite. Oh man, it's so good. But yeah, so those are things I've done, and
Which
I'm
is
gonna just
all
keep
great.
doing.
Yeah, that sounds so cool. Hmm.
Very excited.
I likey a lot. All right, Nora, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you coming on and sharing your work, well, what you got going on, and what we can expect from the future, including your second, third, and 15th book.
Indeed, all of those, and one of
Yeah,
3 of them will be New York Times bestsellers.
exactly.
I just thought
At
that,
least
yeah,
most of them, right? Because that's where we're
yeah,
at. That's where it has to
that's where
be.
we're going. That's where we're,
Exactly.
yeah.
So then my first edition copy for
First edition,
me is going to
first
be
copy.
worth so much. People are like, oh, can I buy that? Yeah, it has my name on it. I shall
First
keep it and cherish it
edition,
forever.
personally signed.
Watch. I'm telling you, my collection, my great grandkids are going to be after my collection.
They were like, "Grandma, can I have this one?" Never.
No. Do you know where they are right now? You see them on TV? Like, what's wrong with them? They did their first little YouTube video with me many moons ago. Oh, grandma. Yes, exactly.
Exactly. All of that energy. I hope
Yep.
all of that energy for you.
That's where I'm going with it. It's happening. It's happening. I'm telling you. All day long. But thank you again for your time today. I look forward to reading your book and hearing about what's going on. Please, as usual, as I share with everybody, tag me and everything. As you do know, I repost and I share. Make sure you let me know when your shows are coming up. I'll let you know what I have going on over here for Black Girl Everything, including the retreat that you guys got to come to.
Oh, I need a good retreat. I do. I will look out for your updates on that one because I need a.
Yeah, the Black Girl Everything retreat is all types of fabulous.
Yes. Let's go.
2021 to back in March was dope. So next year's in October, 2022. So and also tune in on Saturday.
Because the wedding is November. So October might be too close for me.
Oh, you guys are getting married in November.
I'm getting married.
Look at you, fancy pants, get married. I'm so happy for you.
Yes. So yeah, I may not be able to go next year, but the year after.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. We're gonna miss you so much.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope though. Yeah, so 2023 will be your year.
Yes.
Exactly.
It'll be the year of trips and retreats. I love it.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, happy wedding planning. I really enjoyed planning my wedding. It was great. My wedding party got a 15-page manual.
Oh wow, okay.
It was like 45 days before the wedding. Because in theory, I told him I don't want you to ask me any questions. So everything is here in writing. It was literally 15 pages long. It had graphs and charts.
Wow.
It was like,
you
what
went
the hell is this? I did. It was super meticulous. But they had to ask me no questions. Our wedding went through and it was huge. So we had a really big wedding. It was like 250 people. My wedding party alone was like 36 people.
So no wonder. Okay, that makes more sense to me now. Yes, because if like 10 people ask you the same question, that'll make you go crazy. So that makes complete sense to me. Yes.
Oh yeah, I wasn't doing it. And I'm one who hates to repeat myself. So read your manual. Oh, but read it.
It's in the manual.
Yep, it's all in the manual. And then we assign point people on each of our sides after that. So the point people, the buck stopped with them. Don't come to me with nothing.
There it is.
It's great. So, just so you know, though, create a manual and make it life a lot easier for other people.
I might do that. I mean, I have a very small crew. It's like five girls, 5 women. It's just us. Okay. And one of them, she is like hella good at organizing things. So
All
I'm
right,
just like,
good.
you got it, girl.
I shall
I'm
pray
a
for
very
you.
laid back bride. I'm like, y'all got it. Do it up.
Your weddings are beautiful. Weddings are beautiful.
Yeah.
But I shall let you go and get to work and start creating your new profile as an author. And then you're going to be a
Yeah.
married author and you
I
have things
will.
to do in 2022. Look, all that right things
Thank
to do
you.
for 2022 that rhymes. Ah, look at
It
me.
is. Look at you.
All right. Thanks again. Good night.
Thank you. Night.